Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Phil. I'm the Assistant Director of Contemporary Music here at Trinity, and as those of you who maybe attend our congregation will see, we're in the cry room today, and there's a specific reason for that. Today I'm going to be talking about being a father in the way that God intended us to be a father. About 4 months ago, my wife and I were blessed to welcome a daughter into our lives, and it has completely changed our world. I mean, it has just completely flipped it upside down. Not only has it changed how I'm acting physically, how I'm concerned with the things that I do physically affect things, but I'm concerned with the way that I'm going to be showing my faith to my daughter, the way that I'm going to be bringing her up as a child of the one true King. So what I wanted to do today was sort of talk a little bit about the changes that I've noticed and sort of where we can biblically find some of the ways that God has told us to be a father in the way that He would like us to be a father. See, as the father, biblically, we are lined up to be the spiritual head of the household. We are the one who is supposed to make sure that our families are going to church, make sure that our kids are being raised in the proper way, to teach them morals, to teach them respect, all of these things. But we find biblical backing to back this up. In Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4, it says, "Fathers, do not exasperate your children. Instead, bring them up in the training and instruction of the Lord." In Proverbs 22, verse 6, "Start children off the way they should go, and even when they're old, they will not turn from it." And then in Deuteronomy chapter 1, verses 30 and 31, it says, "The Lord your God, who is going before you, will fight for you, as He did for you in Egypt, before your very eyes and in the wilderness. There you saw how the Lord your God carried you as a father carries his son, all the way until you reached this place." See, and those are just examples of how we're supposed to be a father, how we're supposed to be a role model to our children. But the other thing that I've noticed since I've had a daughter is, as I'm noticing her being completely dependent on me and my wife to provide for her, we as Christians are supposed to be completely dependent on God to provide for us. So one of the verses that I've seen time and time again and never really understood until I had a daughter was in Matthew chapter 18, verse 3, where Jesus said, "Truly I tell you, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven." See, we're called not only to raise our children, not only to show them how to do these things, but we also need to be fully dependent on God, just like our children are dependent on us. And since I've tried to start living those practices in my life, it's completely changed the way that I look at things. It's completely changed my relationship with God, and I hope that I can pass that relationship that I have with Him on to my daughter, that she can see what I do, see what my wife does, and that she'll learn from us, that she'll learn from our example and carry those practices all through her life. Through her life. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.